Welcome to my first ever YouTube video, guys. I was so excited and so nervous. I didn't even give you guys a proper intro. I just jumped right into it. So I just want to welcome everyone and stay tuned for the rest of the video. My name is Candice. I'm 25 years old. I'm a recent graduate of Monroe. My sweatshirt says Georgia Tech, but I went to Monroe. I worked at Georgia Tech University in Atlanta for like a year. I went to school for like 3.5 years.
More than 154, more than 1,054 cases and 3 million deaths globally. No.
I think it's okay. So I went to school in New York for 2.5 years, I think. Okay, let's put it like this. I lived for 3.5 and I lived in Atlanta for a year. So I lived in New York for 3.5 years and I lived in Atlanta for 1 year. So I completed my bachelor's degree in 2.5 because I didn't take breaks. For those of you who may ask, Monroe's like I would just say it's an option to do that. Like, you're not forced to take summers, but I did. If you want to find out more about my school life, I definitely will make a video separate from that because girl, it had its time. So that's the reason I have a sweatshirt that says Georgia Tech, because I actually worked for Georgia Tech University for a year in Atlanta, and it was lit until COVID came, and that's how I ended up here. A lot of people was asking me like why you came home. That's a separate video. So yeah. The purpose of this channel is basically to take you guys along with me on my journey to, I guess, do whatever I need to do. I just plain. So I have 2 projects, one being my smallest project and the other one being a very, very, very big project. So the first one is actually my studio. I have content coming for that. So if you're interested in that type of content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So I basically turned my washroom into my home studio. I have from start to finish. I have hauls of everything that I bought, where I bought them from, pricing, the persons who worked for me. And then I think I have a whole video dedicated to just the money I spent, so you could kind of get an idea of what you need to save or what you're working with if you want to do something like that. And then the bigger project is actually me building a loft right off of the back of my home that I'm in right now, and I've made it to the foundation phase, and I have content for that as well. So as soon as I'm done with the series of doing renovations, then that'll be the next thing. So I think that's all I needed to let you guys know. I also posted to my social media for persons to ask me questions, and I'll answer them in my first YouTube video. So I screenshot all of them and sent them to myself. So we're going to go to that, but I think there were more questions. Let me just double check before I go into it. Okay, so there are more questions. So I got those. So the questions aren't in any order, just random. I'll show you where I have them, and we'll go from there. But yeah, guys, if you missed out on this Q&A part, and you want to ask me like questions even after I upload my videos for my studio, if you have questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll answer. Like, I'll do a whole video to answer them. But yeah, this has to be the most exciting experience. I don't know if I'm getting old and I don't want to say that, but I am literally obsessed with like interior, exterior design, like decor, like everything in that nature. Like, I'm at that point, guys. If you're not at that point, then you'll get there at some point. So these are some of the questions. Yeah, these are some of the questions that I have that I'm going to answer. I won't call any names because I don't think people will want their names out there. I don't even know if that's how you do it, but I won't call any names. So these questions are random and I'll start to answer as best as I can. I also mentioned not to be weird, and some of you guys were still weird, but that's okay. I'll answer your questions. So it says, when will you be importing the good hair where my curly hair came from? I have plans to bring in hair in the near future, so stay tuned for that. I gave persons, I think it was last Christmas, some samples. I have like awesome hair vendors, so I'll be bringing in hair as soon as I get past this phase of my life. Like, it's too much going on because I do have a 9 to 5. If I didn't mention that, I don't think I did. I'm working in my field. My career is CIS, so I work out of college in the IT department, if I didn't mention that. But yeah, next question. Do you see yourself expanding in this industry? I'm guessing you're meaning hair. I do, especially because I do have plans to, I won't speak on it, but I do. I definitely do. What made you want to do hair? Okay, so I forgot to mention that apart from me doing, well, I went to school to do computer information technology. Computer information systems is my degree. I went to school for computers, so I'm tech savvy, but I also do hair on the side. So sorry, hence the reason I have a home studio, guys. Forgive me, I forgot that. But to this question, it says, what made you want to do hair? Well, the person that asked knows best because she lived in New York as well. And New York hair, getting your hair done was very expensive. I was a college student. I was on a campus, so I figured, why not? I started off doing like my friends' hair, roommates, whatever the case may be. It was just everyone until like my name got out there, and I started doing hair for everyone else. So I went to Tay, Arrogant Tay. His name is Deontay Gray. I went to him to perfect my craft, and that's how I got here. Okay, so this is not a question, this is a statement. It says, my sister switched on me cold. I didn't switch on anybody, honestly. I think it's just growth. Everyone just growing and doing their own thing. Like, I ain't switch on nobody. This one says, your whole college experience. That's a video within itself. I'd love to make a video. If you guys are interested, you can let me know in the comments. I'd have to make a video basically explaining my whole college life. It had its ups and it had its downs, just like typical life. There were experiences that I could probably help you guys to avoid. I could give you some game on how to basically get your name out there, especially because coming from a different country, living in a different country was kind of like hard. Culture shocks were real, but I'll make a whole video explaining everything in detail, and you can look for that soon. What made you want to do hair? I think I answered this already, but because I needed to do my hair, And my friend here, because like it was too expensive. New York is very expensive. Hair is underrated in the Bahamas, honestly, because outside of here, honey. Okay, so this person says drums or flats. I don't have a preference. I just wouldn't want you to. I don't have a preference, but don't put all of the same in one, like in my plate. I don't have to have all drums. I don't have to have all flats. What I would say is I don't like drums that are very big, like very, very big. I don't like those, but I don't have a preference. What motivates you? The money. I just playing. What really motivates me? I don't know. To do what? I guess being successful motivates me. My decisions, everything that I'm doing is basically to set myself up for the future. So that motivates me. Listen, long story short, I try to be rich by next week. So that's what motivates me. Okay. Okay. My phone died. I'm so sorry. It says, are you into girls and don't lie, bitch? I told you guys not to be weird, but why would you ask me that? Do I look like I'm into girls? But to answer your question, no, I'm not into girls. Girls are into me. You into me. And I know this for a fact. So quit playing and message me and tell me you into me. See, if you would tell me you into me, ain't nothing but that, but just tell me you into me, for real. Okay, and the last question I'm going to answer right now is, when you having baby? I'm going to lock my phone so I can answer. So I don't know what's tea with everyone, like, oh, when you gonna have your baby, when you gonna have a baby, when you gonna have a baby, oh, you need to have a baby because you and your boyfriend really get along. We're going to have a child, obviously, but it'll happen when it happens. Like, I don't know how to answer this question. Like, I literally don't. Like, what kind of question is when you gonna have a baby? When it comes. That's just it. When it comes. We're definitely having kids though, so you don't have to worry about that part if that's what you're worried about. We're going to have kids. I just ain't putting a time or a day on it. In God's time. Now, can you question that? No, you can't, because you can't question God. Period. But that's when I'm having a child, in God's time. So I'll answer one more question. So it says, what was your experience with Argentay and would you recommend? My experience was awesome. During the time that I had my class, it was about, I would say, 15 other girls. It was in Brooklyn. I traveled mad far to go to take class because I lived in New Rochelle, and if you know New York, New Rochelle is like, I would say by public transportation maybe 2 hours, knocking 2 hours. And it was like buses, trains, subways, Ubers, everything. Every form of transportation except air was what I took to get to today's class. And it was worth every ride. It was worth every penny. if you want to go, I would say go. It's costly, but it's worth it. I got a lot from the class. I'm able to share with persons because I am going to do classes when my studio is done. I don't want to do a full-blown class, like to force you into doing this, and that. I'm going to section off my classes based on what you're weak in. So you would basically, of course, have the knowledge of applying lace to your hair. I mean, to your client's hair or your hair, it doesn't matter. And then, like, whatever else from there that you don't understand, I have a tip for it. I have experience, I have hands-on, and I do have tips from Tay that'll play during that time. So I have a lot coming, so just stay tuned. And yeah, so that brings me to the end of this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're interested in the projects that I'm actually going to upload. Remember to let me know in the comments what else you would want, and if you didn't get to ask me a question, make sure you stay tuned for when I post on my Instagram. I do it on my personal Instagram, so you could follow that page. I don't know my Instagram name, and that's sad. Raquel.g. So I'll leave it somewhere in here. But yeah, follow me. I'm a whole vibe, and I'm going to let you know everything you need to know. I'm going to be completely transparent. I have no secrets apart from my relationship. So there's nothing new. When I refer to B, it's the same person, and that's about it. What we plan to do personally is definitely not for YouTube, but I can give advice if you want